Yeah, well, we're talking about the Russian economy, Russian investment case with Mikhail Shamolin. He is the CEO of Sistema, a massive holding company with its fingers in almost everything in Russia, market cap between 12 and 13 billion. I want to start by asking you about your strategy because you're in everything from oil to telecoms. Explain to me the idea. Is it, if you're in Russia, you need to be diversified?
Well, Sistema is basically a fund for direct investments. I mean, we typically keep controlling stakes in companies, and we grow value of those companies. We enter and we exit. So we're basically an investment fund, right? So our strategy is to find assets predominantly in Russia, which have a good potential for growth and which we understand how to grow.
And this week you've been talking about going into a new sector. Is that coal?
Well, we're looking at a number of sectors. We're looking at agriculture in Russia, because Russia is a country with one of the biggest potential for agricultural sector growth. And
when there isn't a drought, yeah.
And if you believe in growth of global food prices, that's a good area to invest. We're looking at petrochemicals, which is a natural sort of and synergetic continuation of our oil business. We're looking into sectors like internet and high tech. We're developing rapidly a company called Navigation and Information Services based on the newly launched GLONASS system to introduce intelligent transport management systems for cities and overall focusing on transport and traffic controls. So, we have several sectors that we're looking at.
In the first quarter of the year, your oil assets did better in terms of earnings than, let's say, your telecoms assets.
Yeah.
What's the mix supposed to be between sort of raw materials and value-added stuff in your portfolio?
Well, right now it's a pretty good mix because we have oil assets, which of course depend on the price of oil,
right,
which sort of a double-edged sword, because if the oil price goes up, the value of the asset goes up, oil price goes down, the value goes down.
Sure.
And we do have a telecom asset to offset the oil peaks because telecom is much more stable business, being based on consumer demand, and as we saw during the crisis, very resilient to those crisis conditions.
You're not hedged 50-50 between the two.
Well, we have currently sort of two legs, as we call them, because those are the biggest businesses. We are thinking hard about creating a third leg. We haven't decided yet in which exact sector this third leg is going to be built, but we want to build another company similar in size to the first two, to fully sort of balance the portfolio.
And there was talk that this might be the big coal asset that Yevraz Abramovich is selling, called Raspatskaya. Is that interesting at its current market price?
Coal we're considering especially with the link to our Indian partnership, because we are one of the largest, I think the largest Russian investor into Indian market, and because India needs coal for its future development, needs energy.
Sure.
Whatever combination of India, for instance, energy generation and coal Russian supply could be a good combination.
This oil company that you have, Rusneft, it's a partnership with Gutsidia, Gutsidia, 49%, something like that, right? You put in $100 million in it. What kind of value would you like to unlock? How much would you like that investment to be worth in, say, 5 years?
Well, I mean,
What's the goal?
this is a company which is potentially worth billions, right? It's a well-run company. And the only issue with this right now is a high debt load, which has been accumulated over the years in the past, under the crisis conditions and so on and so forth. So once the company offloads its debt, which it currently can do given the oil price that is out there, it's actually a very good asset, which is very complementary to the ones that we have in Bashneft.
Okay, very quickly, exciting news for shareholders from Sistema. Can we expect any more equity issuances or anything like that in the near future? The free float's like 20%. Any chances of increasing it anytime soon?
Well, right now, two very stable cash-generating businesses with a good growth potential on the oil side and limited but stable growth potential on the telecom side, plus a portfolio of smaller assets with very high potential to increase valuation.